Why do we even want to talk about a tool like this? And I want to just let you know that one of the biggest danger about this business, doing this business, one of the biggest danger is making it too complicated. Making it too complicated. When you make things too complicated, you frighten people off. Does that make sense? You know, many of you, you go out and you talk to your friends about USANA. What you want to do is to interest them either as a customer to take your products, or you hope that they will join you as a business partner and help you build the business. That's one of the two objectives that you want to achieve and you talk to people. So a lot of people don't realize that if you make things very complicated, the person that you're talking to, as they listen to you, then they get very worried and they say, wow, it might be a very good business, but I don't think I can do that. It's too complicated. I don't really understand. So at the end of your presentation, even though that person really want true health and really want true wealth and really want to do all these things, what happened is that they give you some excuses and I don't have time, blah, blah, blah. But at the back of their mind, they are thinking, you can do that, but I don't know how to do that. So that's the danger we want to start off with, and that's why we have a tool that allows you to use this in a very simple terms. You see that we have simplified a lot of things to the basic, and that this what we call the magazine, the True Health and True Wealth magazine, is designed like this precisely because we want to allow you to have a tool that you can use that doesn't frighten people off that much. So I'm going to go through today the content of this because I know many people, you haven't even actually looked into this book. Don't know what it is. I never even have time. So if you don't know what's in there, then you're not going to be able to use it effectively. But in fact, a lot of thought goes into designing the True Health and True Wealth magazine or newspaper. And this globally in USANA, this is the #1 selling tool. It's the most popular tool that leaders use everywhere in the world. And that's why the content has been revised and updated and simplified and made it so that it's very, very effective for you to use, right? Now, there are 3 different ways that people use this tool here. 3 different ways that people use this tool. The first one is for prospecting. The second is for presentation. And the third is for training. And I would suggest to you that you can use them for all 3, depending on what you want to do. Now, for prospecting, there are leaders who put this product, we sell this individually. So everywhere in the world, there are some leaders who put this on auto order so that they receive a number of copies every month, and they then actually go out and use this when they live with friends and say, take a look at this. I want you to read. This is an excellent company that I got to know with. Take a read on this and let me know what you think, and I'll follow up with you. And they just live like that. So that's called a prospecting tool. And that's why we have a place for you to fill up your name and contact number in case they need to. So that's the prospecting tool. So True Health and True Wealth tool, there's one story that you might hear if you have attended international convention. One of the biggest leaders, star diamond director, the person who sponsored him, that's many, many years ago at that time, the person who sponsored him did not even know this person. He basically take the US version of this, put his name, and leave it in the pocket of the airline. And the person who takes the next flight, look at this, got interested and called him, and he ended up being a star diamond. Can you imagine that? That's an interesting thing that can... we never think about this, but things do happen because you never know what it can use. And that's why we produce it very professionally, so that when people look at it, it's not like, something that you throw away, like those cheap publicity newspaper. It's something that people are interested to read. And if they're interested, they'll call you. So that's what we call as a prospecting tool. You can leave it with your friends. Of course, you don't have to leave it in the bus and whatever like that guy. But you can certainly, as you talk to your friend, because many a times it's very difficult for us to interest friend at the moment. Because, when sometimes you happen to meet somebody in the coffee shop or in Starbucks, or you're having lunch and somebody is next to you, and there's no time to talk a lot. So what do? That becomes a prospecting tool. You quickly of course, you've got to be prepared with this, and that's why it's important that we are all prepared. You are doing this business seriously. You've got to be prepared so that you have this. So the minute you say, okay, I tell you what, I'll contact you in a few days. In the meanwhile, I'll just take a read at this, introduce the company. So that's called prospecting too. Something that you might want to think about to have with you all the time so you can start this business quickly. The other one is to use presentation. Okay? There are many of us who use different styles of presentation. Now, some of you have big groups, so you do your opportunity meeting on a stage like this and you use slides that you go through. But that's not the common way people do presentation. Because by and large in this business, most of the presentation is one-on-one. Most of the presentation, even at top level, you will see that the meeting is typically used to bring people who are already been exposed and already semi-interested. The first contact usually is sitting down and say, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing USANA. What is this USANA? Come, let me make an appointment and talk to you, and then you meet up somewhere, and then you go through and you talk. So in that aspect of it, sometimes it's not very convenient when you are talking in a restaurant or in a coffee shop to bring out your laptop and take out and everything like that. And so sometimes this becomes a possible tool that you use to present. As a presentation of what this USANA business is all about. So as you go along, you can actually tell the story of USANA. I'm going to go through with you briefly the content so that you know how to present using this tool. Okay? And finally, the last part of it is, I think this is probably one of the best use of this tool, is to train a new person. You know, we all end up always signing new people up. But a lot of people never been in this industry, not taken nutritional supplements, and how do they learn the very basic? How do they learn the very basic? So what you need to do to develop a common habit is anybody that you sponsor becomes your responsibility to help them succeed. Right? Anybody that you sponsor into USANA, it becomes your responsibility to help them succeed. And that's why people who sponsor people into this business but then don't care about them always fail in the end. They might see good money at the beginning because they're sponsoring a lot of people, but if none of those people understand how to continue the business, they will always fail. So it's our responsibility, everybody that we bring in, we need to give them the basic knowledge to start the business. And what is the best way of all things that you want to tell them about USANA? What is contained in this simple 16 over pages to tell them USANA is all about at the very basic level of knowledge. So if you have a habit, I know you need to cover a lot of things, but one of the things you want to help your team understand is everybody needs to understand the very basic of the USANA knowledge that they can continue. So what is inside here? Now, those of you who have this book, you want to take it out. If not, I'll just quickly show you how this is done. It's done with a lot of thought, like I said. So this is designed to answer 4 basic questions. So this book is designed to answer 4 basic questions. And if you think about that, those are the questions that everybody needs to be able to answer in order to sponsor somebody. So what are the 4 questions? The first question is, why do I need to take a supplement? Now, a lot of people think that, well, I'm healthy, I'm not sick, why do I take pills? Right? So, if you have that kind of a concept, you need to explain the basics of why supplementation is important. So the next question is, there's many supplements outside, so why should that prospect of yours choose to go with USANA? So, why do I need to take supplements? Why do I need to choose USANA supplements? The third question is, why do I need to make money through network marketing? What's the benefit of network marketing? A lot of people have a job, they can do a lot of other businesses, small and big, but what's the advantage of doing network marketing? Why do we need to earn money from? Isn't this a scam? Isn't this a, So you need to be able to answer that question. And finally, why choose USANA as your vehicle in network marketing? So, basic, right? If you want to prospect somebody to become your business partner, you need to be able to tell him or her this 4. Now, and that why. You see, this is designed such that this book is divided into two sections. The first section is called True Health and the second section is called True Wealth. And it allows you to reverse it. If some people, they are more concerned about health than wealth. So you talk to that person, they say, oh yeah, I want a supplement, blah, 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 but not really interested in business. So you can start off by talking about the true health part first. And then later on, talk about, we have a business opportunity and this is how it works. And if you are interested about this, try the product first. And if you like it, you might want to be interested in the business. But on the other hand, there are also people who want a business opportunity and they are more interested directly in starting a business than about supplementation, which allows you to kind of like flip this around, make this into the front page, and then you can start your presentation or training with the true wealth side. Interesting. You never thought that before, right? Because you never even opened it, that's why. Okay, so you can start with true health or true wealth in whichever way you want. And let's start with this sequence of true health first, and then see how that whole thing is designed. Remember, I'm going to answer two questions on the first section on true health. That's why do we need supplements and why use Sana supplements. So if you open to the first two pages, the first two pages basically give you the background to the question that I asked just now. I'm not sick. I'm healthy. Why do I need supplements? So, for people who are feeling like that, this gives them the background to say that even though you feel healthy, but every second of the day, your cells are being attacked and your health is going down, you just don't feel it. And that you have a choice to make because what your health is 10, 20 years from today depends on the choices that you make today. And if you take care of your cells, you can live a much healthier, high-quality life than before. So it tells you a little bit about that. It also gives a little bit of scientific background because many people have heard about antioxidant free radicals, but they don't really know what it means. So if people ask you, what is antioxidant? What is all these things about? It gives you a little bit about a simple scientific representation of why you don't feel pain and suffering today, but your cells are still being destroyed, and how antioxidant helps to neutralize free radical damage. So that gives you a basic scientific thing that you can use to explain. So those are the first two pages. The next two pages then talk about, take that into the next level and say that how do you prevent damage, and shows Dr. Wen's study on how cells can be protected by antioxidant and tells you that you have a choice to make. And then we talk about people always believe that I'm eating a balanced meal today. I eat well. I eat lots of fruits and vegetables, So why do I need to take supplements? So it explains why today, even though you might be taking some fruits and vegetables, that's not enough to protect your body, and it goes through why, because of food processing, because of our eating habit, because we cook, we do all kinds of things that destroy a lot of nutrients. We're not necessarily having enough. And today, even if you buy fruits and vegetables, you don't know where they come from and how much nutrients that they contain, right? So there's a question here that asks you, okay, so suppose you go to the supermarket, and these are some of the things that you can ask the prospect too. Okay, you take a lot of fruits, but you go to the supermarket, there are 2 oranges there. How do you know which one is healthier? Right? There may be some that has been left on the shelf for a long time, or it may be transported from very far and it's already lost all the nutrients, and there's another one that's very fresh, but we don't know, we just say, we've taken. So you want to kind of like probe people and say, how do you know that? So you want people to start thinking about, oh my gosh, I didn't really think about that. I may need supplements. So all these have been designed to let you, and then some people, then we talk about the JAMA article, which kind of like give a medical endorsement to it. For many years, doctors have always been very much against supplement and say that, oh, it's a waste of money and whatever, until 2002-03 when the JAMA, the Journal of American Medical Association, for the first time published an article that says very strongly endorsed that all adults should be taking a supplement because of the rise of all kinds of diseases that are related to nutritional deficiency. So that gives you an opening to talk about, oh, it's not only we talk about it, even the medical field today are acknowledging that we need to take supplements. So again, answering why supplementation. Does that make sense? Okay, so then that part so far, these pages, answer the first question, and then we're going to go now to the second question, why use Sana? And let me tell you, these are designed very, very carefully so that you can skip and personalize. I suggest that all of you, when you start talking to people, you ask your prospect, are they taking a supplement? If somebody already say, yeah, I'm very concerned about health and I've been taking supplements for the last 5 years, you don't need to go through all these first few pages. So you don't waste time and go through all, your cells of antioxidant. You waste a lot of time, right? Because that person already believes in taking supplement. So then you're going to skip all this. And before you skip, I like to do this. I always say, so which brand of supplement do you take? And the second question I ask, what basis do you use to select this supplement? And see, that's what I love to do because I don't like to force people's, this one, mine is the best, and go into kind of like an argument situation. I love situation where I ask people and let them think. Because when they are thinking and they persuade themselves, it's more powerful than we force them. We all agree on that, right? So I usually ask them, okay, so they say brand ABC. Oh, that's a great brand, but tell me what kind of research or what kind of criteria have you used to select supplement? There are so many outside. You say that before they say to you, right? Because otherwise they're going to say to you, there are so many supplements outside, why should I chase you, Sana? So before they say that, there are so many supplements outside, why do you pick that one? Now they are on the defensive. They, oh my God, I never even thought about that. You see, most people have no good basis of selecting supplements. Most people just listen to their neighbor, family member. Oh, I think the one quite good, so I follow. You'll be surprised. Most people make supplement like that, or they go to a shop, GNC or someone, a pharmacy, and the sales girl said this one very good on offer, buy 2 get 1 free, right? So they have no real basis of making a selection. So I want you to learn to ask them and say, what basis, what criteria do you use? How do you know a good supplement versus not so good supplement? And ask them to think. Then if they cannot answer, then you say, look, I'm the same too. Previously I hear my friend like this, I take that, and I don't get any good effect at all until I learn that the proper way to select a supplement is this. And then you're going to turn to this page and you say there are basically 5 things that you look for to choose a good supplement. There are 5 things that you look for, and then you go through this list with them, and it increases your credibility when you explain about USANA. So first thing, a supplement must be complete. Because we don't know daily what we are lacking in our food, right? What did you eat this morning? I don't know, pad thai. So pad thai is that plate of pad thai, has it got enough calcium? I don't know. Has it got magnesium? I don't know, vitamin D, vitamin B1, nobody knows, right? So, and we choose certain things. We like to eat this, we always eat the same thing. And we don't like this, we never take this, right? If you don't believe me, you go and see. How many of you cook? If you cook, you go to a supermarket or market to shop. You take your shopping basket or you take your trolley, and you walk around the first thing. Very few people choose fresh food. They go choose all the processed food, which is horrible because it's convenient. And even if you choose fresh fruits and vegetables, you will find most people always pick the same. In a typical supermarket, if you go and count, and this is another exercise I like people to do. I say, okay, where do you buy your supermarket, your vegetable? Oh, I'm a Tesco, Lotus, or whatever. Okay, I say, if you go to a typical big Tesco shop, supermarket, how many types of vegetables and fruits are there? Different types. And typically there are about 60 to 70. But most of us only choose the same 5 or 6. Every trip go same one, right? You see, this is very interesting. So we never eat a balanced diet. So what you want to do is, number one, why do you need supplement is because over time our body starts lacking in certain things without us knowing it. You may be lacking potassium, you may be lacking calcium, you may be lacking vitamin A, you may be lacking vitamin B1, C, D, right? Nobody knows because of our eating habits. So the first thing you do, you want a comprehensive. So whatever supplement you take, I choose one that, number one, contains as many different types of nutrients as possible. So that's called a complete or comprehensive range of nutrients. Second one you want to choose is balanced. Our body requires different amounts of certain things. Calcium we require a lot more than magnesium or selenium. So we need to have the right balance that our cells need. So that's another way that you want to talk about, right? The third one, you want an amount that works. That means the amount in the supplement must be enough for it to work. And that's called potent. It's potent, right? A lot of people, they don't know. So I want a supplement that contains calcium. How much? So a lot of people, they just go there, oh yeah, this one, yeah, that's calcium. Oh, this one, yeah, that's vitamin D. But they really don't know. I mean, then a lot of supplements manufacturer, what do they do? In order to save the cost and make more profit, the expensive ingredient they put very little because they know most people have no idea how much. Is it 25 milligram? Is it 5 milligram? It doesn't matter. As long as they see there, yeah, there's vitamin D, they're happy. Right? So you want something that contains enough quantity for it to actually work in your body. That's called potent. So we talk about complete, we talk about balance, we talk about potent. The next one is bioavailable. Bioavailable means the body can make use of it. Certain forms of calcium cannot dissolve very easily and the body cannot take it up. Certain forms of vitamin A, B, and E and are better used by the body than certain other types, right? So you want the type of nutrients that is easy, the form of the nutrients that easy for your body to absorb. And that's why USANA uses what we call chelated mineral. Chelated minerals are minerals in forms that are more easily absorbed by your body, not mineral salts and common minerals. Because if you take calcium or iron or magnesium, those kind of things, in many forms your body cannot even use. So we talk about bioavailability. And finally, the fifth factor is that it's got to be safe. Safe has two aspects to it. The manufacturing has to be top quality so that there's no bad things that go inside and contaminate. And also, there's got to be some ingredients that you're going to keep below certain level. Iron and vitamin A, for example, are highly dangerous if you overdose. So for those, you need to be very careful. You don't want to go above certain amount. So all these things. So for the people like that, no, if I go through like that, then they say, oh my God, I never thought about this. I've been taking supplement for 5 years. And that allows you to go through in a more logical way and say, and that's why I like to recommend you to, it's why I'm confident with USANA and I like you to look at USANA. And then you go into and explain why USANA. So that page, I think, is a very powerful transition page, particularly for people who already take supplements, that allows you to open their mind and then you go into talking about USANA. So I like that very much. And then let's talk about USANA. We started off by talking a little bit about this too, because this is becoming very common. This is called folklore and miracle pills. Because there are many MLM companies today that claim that their products can cure everything. Especially nowadays, they are very common, come out with all kinds of juices. Noni juice, and then aloe vera juice, and acai berry, and I don't know what kind of... You laugh. A lot of people believe that. Yeah, wow, this very, very good. This fruit very good, very natural, very organic. You laugh, but a lot of people do that. So what we are saying, and Dr. Wentz believes this very much, and what we are saying is that there are no single fruits or vegetable or root or plant that contains all the nutrients that the human body needs in the right proportion and the right amount. Exactly, you just take this and this becomes your perfect supplement. And sometimes you need to think, let people think a little bit. Is there a logic that there's a plant that contains exactly the right amount, calcium so much, magnesium so much, that the human cells require? No. And that's why when we talk about good nutrition, what do the nutritionists always teach you to do? Eat lots of different types of vegetable and fruits. Different types. Different color, different texture, different types. Why? Because banana is high in potassium. Spinach is high in calcium and iron. Apple is vitamin C is high in oranges. And so if you take a little different type, then you get all the nutrients that your body needs from the fruits and vegetables. So how can you then take one thing, whether it's aloe vera or acai berry or noni or whatever, and say this is your supplement that you take perfect for you? Isn't it? So when you explain this to people, then it's easier for them to open their mind and say, yeah, it makes sense. Because USANA is typically, because we are founded by Dr. Wentz, we are a very scientific and nutritional based company based on Dr. Wentz's 20 over years of experience in human cells before he even started USANA. And he had very strong views about that. That if we recommend people the wrong concept of supplement, it may actually end up even worse. May actually end up even worse. Because a lot of these companies, they sell products based on testimonials. This juice is very good. Why very good? My sister last time, like that. Now drink already. Ooh! But they don't give any scientific basis on that. They just tell people like that. I always tell a story. I always tell people that if you believe in those kind of selling, I can sell you anything. I can sell you banana juice. Do you want banana juice? One bottle, $200 over. You say, why don't I eat banana outside? Well, banana juice, this one is organic and highly concentrated. One bottle equal 200 bananas, right? That's why it's $200. So, you laugh. You laugh. Then I tell you, look, you try it out and see. And you try it. Oh my God, after 1 month, 2 months, you feel fantastic. You used to have pain and tiredness in the muscle. Now after you take my banana juice miracle, now you're strong, you don't feel so tired anymore, so you recommend to your sister, mother, everybody else. Now the reason why you may even get good results with banana juice is because banana is very, very high in potassium. And potassium is very crucial for your muscular function. So if you are very much lacking in potassium and you drink banana juice at high quantity, you're going to get good results. But your sister may not be lacking in potassium. Your mother may not be lacking in potassium. They may be lacking other things. Does it make sense? So just because you have a good testimony doesn't mean that that product is applied to everyone. And that's why a lot of people don't understand. You need to kind of like explain to them like, we want to help everybody achieve their optimal health. And how do you do that? You give everybody the right balance, the right amount of cross range of all the nutrients the cells need, not just 1 or 2. Right? So that's why we put in some of this extra information for you to be able to refer to when you talk to people who are already taking supplements and they want to know why should I switch to USANA. So you have all this information, and then we then go on to talk about the essentials, which is we refer to Lau McWilliams' comparative guide, and therefore you should have a copy of the comparative guide so that you can show them at this stage and say, look, you know, when you want to look at this 1,600 different products in North America, we're ranked as number 1. And then we talk a little bit about the history of Dr. Wen's, because people want to know that this is coming from a very scientific company, from a scientist with 20 over years of experience. And why are we different? Because Dr. Wen started by building a factory on his own. He doesn't trust any other factory to make it, and he builds the factory right up to pharmaceutical grade. And many people don't understand. If you say, oh, pharmaceutical grade, what is this pharmaceutical grade? So we go into a bit of explaining. In fact, the factory itself not only is like a clean room, but we have extra testing. So if you go to Salt Lake City, where I hope you have one day, have a chance to go, you have a kind of like outside factory tour through glass window, you cannot go in. But you will see many of the section of factory looks more like laboratory than factory. Looks more like laboratory than factory. Because the quality comes from constant testing of raw material before even go into the factory to make sure that what the supplier say in terms of potency, everything is there, purity is there, no contamination. Testing in process while the tablets are being processed. Every 15 to 20 minutes, we will take a tablet out, recheck everything to make sure everything is right. And testing after that, we keep batches for months to cross-check at the quality. So it's a lot of testing involved. So we explain a little bit of this and the fact that we have our own science team, and we not only have that, we have also collaboration with some of the top research institutes around America, like the Linus Pauling Institute, to continuously upgrade our knowledge and skills so that we can give the best to our customers. So those are the kind of things, and then we talk about the accolades that USANA has received from many third party on, you know, winning what kind of things, and then finally we introduce a bit about the USANA, the athletes, and then the USANA products. The basic product that we sell the most everywhere in the world is the essential that everybody has to take. So everybody that you sign up got to be on essential. And then finally we have what we call the optimizer. And this is very interesting too. For those people who do not know, they will be very impressed with USANA because we are the only company that does this. We design everything as a nutritional system. So foundation is essential, and then you add on top of essential certain things that customize to your need. Customize to your need. So for example, we have a product called active calcium that's for bone health. Now, a lot of people who have been buying other brands, they think that, oh, I don't need essential, I just want strong bone, so I buy only active calcium. If you do that, actually, it's not really good because you know why? Because Dr. Wentz calculates everything according to safety level, effective potency level, and he basically, so in the active calcium, there's calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, silicon. Those are typically the nutrients for strong bones. So, but in essential also have calcium, magnesium, silicon, vitamin D. So what did Dr. Wentz do? Dr. Wentz take those amount that ordinary people who are on a reasonably healthy diet that require in terms of keeping the bones healthy into the essentials. And then the extra amount that is required for people who already have weak bones. Don't have a diet that is always hate to drink milk, don't take vegetables, whatever, and have very little source of additional calcium and magnesium. Then the amount of these things in essential not enough, so they need to add more in active calcium. Does that make sense? But if you only take active calcium, actually not enough. Because we already minus some and put into essentials already. That's called a system, but it's absolutely safe. That's why we talk about safety being one of the things. And this is something that I'm really impressed too when I first talked to the scientists and they told me about this. Do you know that some ingredients could be dangerous when you take too much, right? For example, vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin E, typically more dangerous because these are what we call fat-soluble vitamin. Fat-soluble vitamin, they don't dissolve in water. So it's not easy for the body to get rid of them if you have too much. They stay in your body. They stay in your body. So fat-soluble vitamin, you don't want to exceed your daily intake every day for a long time. So vitamin E, for example, there's a certain limit, 1,250 IU, international unit. So Dr. Wentz put some into essential vitamin E, put some into Biomega, put some into another product called E Prime. So there are many different products of USANA have vitamin E. Why? Because vitamin E is good for the heart, good for the skin, good for the general antioxidant, lot of things. So we kind of like divide it out. But even if you take every single product in USANA all together in vitamin E, it will not exceed 1,250 international units. Because Dr. Wentz already calculated and put, okay, this one. Very, very safe system. Most other companies don't do that. Most other companies, they design products as standalone because they don't expect you to take many. So imagine if a brand, you know, when you go to health store, sometimes you see the brand, wow, so many different products, one same brand, but wow, so many different products, right? So they have the antioxidant formula, they have the multivitamin, they have the heart health problem, they have the eye health, the skin care. Every one of them contain vitamin E. But they don't divide it out because they say, in order for you to have effect on the skin, you need at least 600 IU. As an antioxidant ACE, you need at least 800 IU. For a multivitamin, let's put 400. If you take all these things together, you way above. So it's up to you to carefully check yourself and go and compare and say, okay, vitamin E cannot exceed this, so are the products that I take already exceed? But USANA, you can take everything and you know for sure none of them will exceed. Because we design it as a system. Isn't that wonderful? I was really impressed with that at the beginning when I know about that. So, interesting thing. So, you see here, we have what we call the optimizers. So, you don't have to take all the optimizer, you have to take essential. So, each of us can choose. So, for you, you said, okay, I want eye and bone extra nutrients, so you take VX and active calcium. For me, I want heart and circulation, so I take proflavanol, coquinone, and blah, blah. So our nutritional support system is slightly different, but the base of essential is the same. So that's how I would explain this and then ask people, and then they choose which one they want to customize to their own needs. That's how USANA does. And we also have a Sonsei range that is good. The Sonsei range is also very interesting. Dr. Wentz does not design skincare product to make people beautiful. His concept is the skin is an organ. It just happens to be on the outside. You can feel, you can touch, you can see. So people always want to make themselves beautiful, so do a lot of things to keep their skin beautiful, right? Just because you cannot see your liver, you never take care. He said, I don't need inside, don't care. Nobody can see anyway, right? But to Dr. Wentz, he doesn't view like that. To him, every organ is important. Every organ is important. So to him, skin is just another organ. It just happen to be on the outside. So to him, because it's on the outside, it's subjected to dust, dirt, sun, UV damage. So you need additional antioxidant protection and also nutrient to nourish the skin. So Sonsei is designed as a basic range to provide protection to your skin cells as well as nourishment to your skin cells. So that's why you see we have only one cleanser. We don't have cleanser for wrinkled skin, cleanser for blah, blah, pimple skin, cleanser for whatever skin. Oh, yeah, why so only one range? Because that's the whole idea, to provide the basic protection and nourishment for skin cells. That's why Sonsei was created. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. Okay, so that's true health. So as you talk about this, we talk a little bit about Usana difference. So if you see what I do, that's what you need to do. As you go through this, you kind of like add a little bit about telling people, oh, Usana is a little bit different from other people who are like that. So then as you tell the story, you also continue to persuade people why they should talk about Usana. Okay, so now the other aspect, true health. What if you want to talk about the business aspect? Again, we have two sections to this. The first is for people who says, why? I heard a lot of negative thing about network marketing, MLM. Why do I even want to get involved in this? So it takes you through the way we earn money. Most people today, they earn money by working for a living, receive a salary, and then they want a future that is good for them. What do? They try to spend as little as possible and they save for rainy day, right? And that's what most people do. But if you understand the economics of the world today, that way of earning a living is going to get worse and worse for the average person. Because income disparity is going worse and worse. Rich people become richer, higher educated people become richer, the average person become worse. So if you keep working and saving money, 20 years ago, maybe you save for 20 years, you can buy a house. 10 years ago, you may have to save 50 years before you can buy a house. 20 years from now, you may work for your lifetime and not have enough money saved up to buy a house. Right? So, so that starts by letting people to think, okay, why is it that you continue to do is not going to achieve what you want financially? And we also talk a little bit about job security. As business becomes global and labor becomes global, job security becomes less. Because another person from another country could be doing your job, right? You might be doing very well in Thailand today, and suddenly your job gone because now it's handled by a call center somewhere in India or Vietnam. Correct? So there's much less job security. Previously everything is by your village, by your province, by your city. Today, the world. Companies can outsource anything everywhere. And so we talk a little bit about that. We also talk about a lot of families can associate with this, and that is in order to make ends meet and save for a better future. Now we're getting more and more both husband and wife work. Right? And a lot of Filipino friends here, not only husband and wife work, one of you work overseas. So we have a lot of situations where families really love to have an opportunity to be staying together, spending time with their children, spending time with their parents, but they can't do it physically because they got to make ends meet. So then we lead into this, and again, this is talking about why network marketing. Why network marketing? Some people, so we then talk about the smart way to earn income is not continue to work over time and blah, blah, blah. Is in fact to create multiple streams of income. And if you want to create multiple streams of income, don't go and do something that continue to work you harder and harder. You have less and less time to spend with your loved ones. So you want to choose a second stream, a third stream of income, find something that create residual income and leverage income. And we explained a little bit about that. And this is a time for you to talk about the leverage income. How do you, instead of using your own effort, you're going to be earning from the work of a team of people. And creating residue means if you work hard for 4 or 5 years today, you're going to not only be paid on your effort today, you're going to be continuously paid for a long time to come. So you create what we call residual, passive, continuous income stream. So between earning one paycheck at a time versus a stream. So you want to be able to explain that well, to be able to let people understand what is the power of network marketing. Network marketing isn't about selling product door to door. It isn't about working hard more than what you know. No, it's thinking of ways to leverage your time with the whole team and also creating residue so that one day after your network and team has been built up and independently running, you got the income that you allow you the time to spend with your loved ones and do whatever you want to do. So you want to emphasize that. So that's the part about network marketing. Now we're going to go into this page which now transition to why USANA. So again, you see, the whole thing is designed in the story flow. So you can skip if you talk to somebody and say, oh, I've already done network marketing with another company. You don't need to go about the concept of residual income or this. They may already have understood that. So you're going to skip to this page that now talk about number 4, why USANA business is better. So we start by introducing this by talking about the 2 major trends in the world. One is the network marketing trend that creates residual income. And the other very powerful trend is a trend for health. Right? So all of you know that you read about all the trends saying that health trend is going up. People are getting old. People want more healthy lifestyle. So all the health products are going up. And network marketing also going up because people want to start their own business and do no longer want to keep relying on employment income. So you're catching 2 very powerful, unstoppable trends. And that's why you want to lead into USANA is an ideal choice because we are a top-rated network marketing company. We're also best in the world for nutritional supplements. Really, the combination of 2 very powerful trends plus the number 1 company in the health industry too. We introduce a little bit about the 20th century, how we should earn income, and then we then go into why we think USANA is a strong choice. We talk about USANA having been voted the number 1 network marketing company in America by a survey for the last 10 years, and some of the reasons why people choose USANA. And again, this is the opportunity for you to overcome in people's misconception because you are going to meet people when you talk to them, they say, I tried it before, it doesn't work. So you're going to ask them, same thing like you talk about the supplement just now. I love to ask them, when you chose your last company in network marketing, what criteria do you use to choose them? Let them think. I don't know, my friend recruited me, so I joined. You see, a lot of people never think, right? So you then want to go through and say, look, if you really want a long-lasting business, you've got to choose a company that has the best quality in the category. Right? Because customers are learning quality is important. So you want to represent the number 1 in each quality. And then you can talk about USANA being the number 1 nutritional supplements company. You want to talk about a company that has global potential, not just in Thailand or in Philippines. Because then your network can move outside of your country and the potential is. So even if you don't know anybody in Japan or Korea, but you might recruit somebody in Thailand who has a friend in Korea, and a Korean friend knows somebody in Japan, and Japanese friend knows somebody in Singapore. So everywhere in the world that comes linked into your volume. So that's the huge potential you want. So you want to go through with them. This is how I would choose a network marketing company. Are you thinking the same thing? So you kind of like overcome their objection before the object, which is what I like. You know. So we go through point by point how you want to do that. The other point to emphasize is that even though we are a global company, USANA is unique because we are not like the typical network marketing company. They are so aggressive. They open within 6 years, they are already in 50 countries. And then they put on their website, so proud, you know. We only opened 6 years, we're already in 30, 40 countries. USANA 20 over years, we're only in 19 countries. What does that mean? That means your potential is still very big, right? Still very big. I mean, you compare with company who are already in 50, 60 countries, and all the big ones already open, already 10 years into the business, much less opportunity for you to expand to the big markets, right? Whereas in USANA, the big markets, Russia, Brazil, India, all the big countries, plus all the entire Middle East and Eastern Europe, we are only a touch in Europe itself. South America, we're only in Colombia and Central America and Mexico. The huge potential everywhere. Like I said, you may not know people there, but network expands everything. So today you have people who has network expand so far that they don't even know who they are, but they are getting volume from many parts of the world. So you want to emphasize that. We have one compared, and again, the difference, USANA difference is a lot of companies still don't have this kind of like global seamless plan that links everything together. Many companies still have plans that separate country by country. So if you join a company A, they don't have a global seamless plan. Means that if you do very well in Thailand and friend in Indonesia, you have got to go to USANA, not that company, not USANA, that company's Indonesian branch, and you have to sign up an account there, and then you build there. It's not linked. So that's another point of difference that you can talk about. So besides that, we talk also about our company's stability and the compensation plan, and that's where we give you a few charts that allows you to, for those people, I normally don't go into that from day one presentation. But there will be, you are going to meet a few people who are already experienced in other network marketing. And they say, look, I really need to understand how your plan works. And that gives you a simple way that you can go through some of the key ways that you can earn money in USANA. Okay, and then finally, again, accolades of the success stories, accolades of business accolades that we've received. And then we have Dave Wentz, who has been elected chairman of the World Federation of Direct Selling Association. Before, it gives a lot of credibility that we're not a fly-by-night company. We're already 20 over years, continue to grow every year. So again, isn't it? It's like 16 pages, but it gives you a very good overview. And this is what I believe, that if I'm an upline, every person that I need to join, once they join, I will spend, how long did I talk about this? About less than an hour, right? 45 minutes, come on, 45 minutes, a quick overview on USANA. They have an idea, they have the confidence, they have the basic knowledge about what USANA is. So, like I said, a training tool, a prospecting tool, a presentation tool, use it however you want, but a very effective way for you to make use of this. So don't just keep this in your starter kit and don't open it. So, take it with you everywhere, and if you already use this a lot, it's become a little bit tattered, get another one. It's not expensive. But that's something that you want to go through yourself, make sure you're familiar, and everybody who join, give them at least the basic background that they can do. Now again, that I want to emphasize that this is only a tool, okay? You have to add your own stories, your confidence and commitment, just like I add a little bit about the USANA difference here and there. Because this on its own doesn't recruit people. If it is, it will be very easy. You just hand out 100, you get 100 downline. Wow, so it's very easy. I don't need to do anything. So it's no different from how presentation is. It's basically just information. Whether somebody signs up under you or not depends on your ability to project your passion and confidence as you speak. Because at the end of the day, it's not the facts that count, it's how confident you are. And that's why I want you to learn to understand USANA so well that you feel confident. You don't want to learn USANA so much that you confuse everybody with all the technical details, but you want to feel confident that you are with a very, very good company, that you are able to succeed in this company as a vehicle to help you to achieve your true health and true wealth. So you want to learn that. But the key thing is that the confidence and commitment, and add your own stories to that, and that becomes a very powerful presentation tool. Okay? We always talk about, there are people who are going to ask you and say, can you give me a script on what to say to sign people up? You know, and you are going to, as you go up and you become successful, one day you're a gold director, you're going to have more people ask you, wow, you are a gold director. You must teach me what to say. You see, that's the most difficult thing to teach people, because it's not what you say, it's how you say it that's important. You can write exactly, this is exactly what I say. First sentence, do this. Good morning. How are you? You can write up the entire script and give to somebody, and you can never recruit somebody, but you can recruit everybody that you talk to. Why? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So, like I said, this is just a tool, but it's a very useful tool. That is part of it. You already paid for it in your starter kit. So please make use of it and learn how to guide your people to use it too. Yeah? Training tool, prospecting tool, or presentation tool. Now, I just want to also talk to you a little bit about the USANA difference that we talked about just now. On Saturday, I'm going to give a talk on the USANA difference in terms of products as well as in terms of the binary compensation plan. Why is it that USANA is such a strong company in the health supplements field that despite over 20 years in front, we continue to lead the field? And why is it nobody can catch up with us? Isn't it strange? So we're going to try to decipher that a little bit about what's so strong about USANA that allows us to continue to lead. And what I believe is, unless somebody can crack the code like USANA, we will continue to be a leader for the next 10, 20 years too. And you're going to hear a lot of my own experience in Salt Lake City, because I worked with USANA for how long? About 12 over years. That's long, huh? My God, it's long. It's very long. I worked for USANA close to over 12 years, and 3 of those 12 years I spent working in Salt Lake City in the marketing department, which in charge of the entire of Asia. So I had the opportunity to understand USANA from the inside, talking to Dr. Wentz, talking to Dave Wentz, talking to, cabin guests and people like that. And what I want to do on Saturday is to share with you some of the things that will give you confidence that you are with the right company, and why is it USANA is such a great company in terms of the product quality. I don't think people can overtake us for many, many years to come. The other aspect that I'm going to talk about on Saturday is the binary plan and show you why this is a plan that is designed specifically to do what I just talked about: create leverage residual income. Create leverage residual income. Now, many of you who are new to network marketing, many of you, maybe USANA is your first network marketing. Are there people first network marketing company? First, right? Right? First, right? Yeah. First, I tell you, first, very frightening. Because, right? When you go to talk to people, you're going to meet some of your friends, prospects, or downline bring somebody who already worked 5 different network marketing companies. And they're going to bring up the plan and say, okay, show me USANA plan. And they're going to say, why like this? Why don't you have this? Yeah. My plan pay like this, so good. You see the balance like that. Huh? And you were kind of like lost as to how do I counter that? How do I understand certain things? And so I have the same problem too when I first start in this industry. I have no idea what other companies do and how do I answer questions like that. But over the years, I've been in this industry close to 20 years now, 12 with USANA. I've seen so many different plans. And there's no such thing as a perfect plan. And on Saturday, what I'm going to do in the second part of my talk is to analyze a little bit about the strength of the binary plan and explain to you how that compares with some of the other features of other plans. And then you're going to choose whether this is the right plan for you. Whether it's the right plan. And I personally, for over 20 years, I've seen so many plans. I still haven't found another plan that is more suitable to create leverage residual income for the average person. Yeah, you can bring me any plan and I'll show you and compare with you and say, there is not another plan that is better for you to help create leverage residual income for the average person. Many plans are designed to create a lot of illusion of fast money, big money, blah, 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 but they actually create hurdles that makes it difficult for the average person to succeed. And that's why I'm so happy to do this. That's why you see globally, in most of the country that USANA goes in, we are never any, you see, typically network marketing company, how they go into a market, you will see many, many common cases like this. Announce new market, boom, wow, within the first 1 year, business go like crazy, whole field every day, wow. Third year, disappear. Right? A lot of company like that. So you always wonder, and I ask you, you got to think of yourself, why is it like that? If within 1 year, people already create so much income and so successful and people are waving checks everywhere, why did they all give up after the 3rd year or the 4th year? Why? Isn't it strange if you're already such a good plan, such a good company, product so good, blah, blah, and then people are earning so much money? Why do the company fall, or why do people all give up and then now they're all looking for another new company? Oh, another new one, wow, I'll go there again, right? But you see, if you laugh at this, but if you analyze the USANA country, you look at USANA, we usually open a country and then our sales move slowly up, steadily, keep going further. And eventually we overtake many of the company, those that even who didn't go bankrupt or close shop. But eventually we overtake many of the companies who went up, boom, and then went down, and then we slowly move up and we overtake them. So you can study this in almost every single country, whether it's Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Korea, everywhere. We never open to boom and then bust. So why? Why? And one of the reasons I believe, of course, we got very good products. That's one key thing. A lot of our product users are very loyal. After they use USANA, they get good results. They don't quit. Even their upline say, oh, there's another big opportunity. You go. I still want USANA products. And I don't know whether I don't know whether I told you this story. One of the reasons why I joined USANA is precisely because of this. When USANA first offered me a job, I didn't know what USANA was. Because I was offered a job to start the Singapore market. So I got a phone call from a headhunter, and they said, look, you are experienced in this industry, we're looking for a GM, American company looking for a general manager position. Going to start in Singapore. You interested? And I say, what company is this? And they say, USANA. Never heard of USANA because at that time, Singapore is the only country in Southeast Asia. USANA is open in Australia, New Zealand. They have opened in Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea, but they're not open in Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and that's where I work a lot, so I have not heard of them. So when I went online and checked, I nearly rejected the job. I nearly rejected the job. And you know why I rejected the job? Because I look at it and said, what products do they sell, right? Not many products. And I look at the products, multivitamin, fish oil, calcium, vitamin C. Oh my God, every pharmacy also have. And then they want me to quit my previous job, move my entire family to Singapore, and start a business. And if I fail, gone. Right? If I fail, I got no job, I can't go back to my old boss. And then I know Singapore is a very tough market for MLM. Because people ask a lot of questions. Very skeptical. Very skeptical, right? Very skeptical. And then I look, oh my God, all the product like that. At least if you have a company that sells some berry juice or somebody nobody has, wow, you can have something, wow, this one nobody has. This one everybody has. And then you check the price, that time no Singapore website, so I check US website. Wow, so expensive some more. So you got an expensive product, you got nothing different, all the products are multivitamin, everybody already have that. I want to go into a very skeptical market in network marketing in Singapore. Move my family there? No. So like I said, why would I give up a very good job when my boss is really like me very much and then start risk? The only reason why I eventually accept is because they offered me an opportunity for me to put my children in the international school system in Singapore, which I thought was really, really very good. Because the Malaysian education system is not as good as a Singapore international school. So if the company is going to pay for me to have my children in international school, I'll take the risk at least a few years, right? so I didn't really. So, but one of the reasons why it gave me some comfort, and coming back to what I said, why it gave me, because I know of a distributor who used to work with my ex-MLM company. And And she told me one time that she used to work with a company called Usana. So I kind of like, oh, that's interesting. So why don't I call this leader up? This leader is working with another company already. He left Usana. Stupid person. Left Usana, working with another company, was one of the top income earners, one of the most successful person in this new company. So I said to this person, I said, look, I've been offered a job in Usana. Last time you used to work Usana, right? So can you tell me a little bit about how this company is? Is it a good company? And you know what? She really gave me a lot more comfort to says, don't tell anybody this. That's why I cannot name who she is. Tell anybody this. Today I'm no longer with Usana. I'm a leader in this company, and I tell everybody how good the new company's product is. But I'm still on auto ship with Usana. My family's still taking Usana. They got really good products. Now that gave me a lot of comfort. You know this industry is very bad in the sense that a lot of people, they say I change another company, I bring all my downline across, and then they condemn the old company, and then the problem with this kind of strategy is after 2-3 moves, nobody believes you anymore, right? Oh, you say, well, this one very good. 2 years later, no, not this one. This one very good. Really? And then 2 years later, no, this one I finally found. That's the problem. But what this person said was a totally surprise to me. He didn't say that, oh, now this company is much better than Usana. He said that I'm making a lot of money in this company, but my family and my health, I still trust to Usana. Wow, that to me is very powerful. And that gave me a lot of comfort and say, well, it's worth a try that if somebody who is already talking about another company is still not willing to give up at the risk of people knowing he's still secretly taking Usana product, must have something to do with it. So what we're going to do is to share on Saturday some of these, what I call special things in Usana that might not be very obvious. So if you have friends that they want to know a little bit about Usana and why our products are very special, and also why I think our binary compensation plan is really one of the strongest in building residual income, invite them to please come on Saturday. And I'll see you then. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ